Do you remember when we walked this neighborhood?
Yeah. When we're together, I always say this to you, and I don't know if you take it in, you're so much more than a visual artist, right? Like creating this space is also a form of artistry, right? You know, walking by this building when it's nothing, essentially, but also seeing art taking place, seeing, you know, commerce taking place in this place. It's a beautiful building that's built by a well-known architect is artistic.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
And then having the balls, excuse my language, to say, you know what, I'm gonna do that is impressive.
When I got to graduate school, I realized that there was just so much I didn't know. Just coming from the community that I came from, a lot of the opportunities that are readily available to the folks that I was going to school with weren't really available to me. And so NXTHVN really became about trying to find out if there are ways through my practice as an artist that I can make some of those opportunities available to folks in our community. There'll be this generation of young creatives who don't find themselves in that same situation that I did.
NXTHVN is a fellowship program and a building and space that helps accelerate, educate, and launch the careers of emerging artists.
We are not a retreat. We are not trying to escape the problems of the city. We are, in fact, running towards the problems, trying to see what art can do to help change those things, fix those things. NXTHVN's commitment is wherever we go in the world, we're committed to reflecting the demographics of the communities that we're in. Our role here is to facilitate our fellows entering into the professional practice of art making and curating. And I say that to say it distinguishes us from other kinds of programs. We are not nervous about talking about art and money. We're not nervous about talking about the market. We feel strongly that there is this philosophy in the world that infantilizes artists, and in doing that, the artists are the ones who end up get taken advantage of. So we take a completely different approach, and we focus on helping these artists develop their professional careers. And before anybody even starts thinking, well, you know, isn't this sort of like commercialized? Isn't it just about the money? Is not. You can't even get in the door to NXTHVN if the work is not dope. That's just like the baseline, because you can be a great artist, but this might not be the right program for you. But when we select, we don't just select individually. We are thinking about the chemistry of the class. We're thinking about what opportunities this group of artists as a unit have collectively, and what is their power collectively. Our apprenticeship program is working with high school students, many of them who live in this neighborhood, working with them and introducing them to art at the highest level made by artists who look like them. I lived in this neighborhood for about 10 years, 3 blocks up. I was looking for a studio space. Saw that there was a sign for sale out in front of the building. Initially, I just thought it was just gonna be an extension of my studio. But when I came in, I realized, yeah, 20,000 square feet is a little bit more than what I need on my own. And so in some ways, it became necessary to think beyond myself. And it felt like an amazing opportunity to share what art had done for me, how it helped me get out of my circumstance with my community. There were so many hurdles. It seemed crazy to even imagine that we could do it here. And so we brought everybody that we knew had the power to help us, told them what the vision was, and then we said, and this is the hurdle that's stopping us from doing it. Can you help us? And all of those people put their shoulders into it, and the rest is history. We knew that we had to create an ecosystem, that this project wouldn't be successful if it wasn't a complete ecosystem. Because you have the entrepreneurial incubator over here in the aula, you have the fellowship studios next door, you have the apprenticeship program, you have the tower where you have live work spaces that will be rented out.
This is a big component of the space that was designed by Deborah Burke. So we're sitting in what we call the aula. It's the great room. This space, I kind of think of it as the beehive, where our artists can interact with the community and share their innovative ideas and turn those ideas into commerce.
As a professional artist, some of the best projects that I've done have been collaborations with curators. Those kind of relationships really led to the development of our curatorial program. I'm really, really proud of what our curators have done here, and we bring in professional curators to talk with them, to consult with them, to lead them in the curated exhibition that they put on here in this space. And as with everybody who's at Next Haven, we believe that everybody is in a position to either mentor or be mentored, always, for the rest of your life.
We have organizations like Gagosian, through Titus and his relationship with Gagosian, who see the value in what we're doing and want to support. That is sort of a fuel and an engine and value that makes its way into the artist, makes its way into our community. We believe that this is a model that has reach and can exist in other communities. The goal is you'd have multiple Next Havens in different cities around the country.
The logical part of my brain says, I'm really proud of what we've been able to accomplish here, but that ambitious beast that won't sleep in me is like, yeah, but let's get back to work. Yeah.